So Joan and Cobalt on Conifer Road. This is the larger of the properties that she owns. She has the cinnamon one as well. But this one, I'm going to give her 3 separate options for this property. First, I'm going to do this backyard starting basically, well, I'll call it basically this whole fence line. We'll include that little bit there. But this entire fence line all the way to the front. That'll be one option. That's our highest priority because the neighbors complain about it growing into their playhouse and stuff. So that's option number 1. The second option will be front yard only, which we'll walk out there and talk about that one. And then the third option, which will be the big one if she accepts it, that will be yard cleanup. So major yard cleanup in the backyard, starting here, running all the way on the inside of the house, and we'll walk around, and then running the whole exterior fence line of the house all the way down. So that'll be option 3. So if she accepts them all, it's all in. She also owns cinnamon. Similar deal on the fence, the side fence line and the back. So potentially bundle all jobs in. Anyway, so starting over here. So if she accepts the first one, again, it'll be this fence line. So I did give her the disclaimer on everything that when we have growth up and through the fence, it potentially could still be there. So I said we'll do our best, cut back to the fence line, the top, the side, whatever, haul it all away. There may be some growth in the fence line, but the bulk of everything should be gone. So it's your typical hack-a-shack, cut it, brush cut it, string trim it, hedge clip it, chainsaw it, whatever you got to do, and drag it on tarps and get it out of here. The one other note that she mentioned a couple times is she doesn't want this stuff coming back quickly. So I did say, like, we'll spray. So just when you're done, spray really good. I would say especially along this area. This is her highest priority because of the neighbor's complaint. But yeah, definitely give a good spray on like the ground and like the fence line, everywhere where when you're done, to just make sure that it doesn't come back quickly. We're getting later into the season, it shouldn't be an issue, but definitely just hit it with some spray to really knock it out and kill it. So starting here, you got a fence and a fence, so you do your best to try to get it all out of here. Yeah, pretty typical. I kind of just walk, but you kind of know the deal. When you get close to the house, obviously just be cautious of wires. There is an oil tank back here. There's some objects inside of, like, there's a hose thing there, so just be cautious of different items. Try to go slow and then slowly pull it off. Obviously this stuff's grown really close on the house, so we don't want to bust out the siding as well. The other disclaimer I said for her, and I'll put it in the estimate, is all this growth that is on the house, if you start to pull it and yank it and it starts to feel like it's pulling the siding off, then just stop. Cut it the best you can and do your best you can and cut it at the bottom and then spray it. And then I told her that's the best we can do. Ideally, it'll be like that other property we did where you just kind of can get it off and it's all good, will be the best case. But if it really seems like it's pulling the siding off, I don't want to damage the siding. So do your best you can and make it look good and then just spray it. But hopefully you can get it all off. Anyway, bust it all out, clear it all out. Again, there's an oil tank in there hidden. Got all along the fence line here. Nothing that she wants to keep in anywhere. You got a wire here going for something, a pump or something. So just be cautious of that. Nothing to do with the middle spot here. She said just leave it alone, so you don't have to mess with it at all. You just gotta watch out for animals, I guess. But yeah, don't go in there at all. And then same thing here, just cutting it all out. Cutting it all down. There are some arborvitaes on there, so I would just leave them alone. But yeah, everything else, cut it, trim it, hack it up, everything on her side, as far back to the fence as you can get. It's good. It's a good amount of hallway for sure. There you go. There's the neighbor property where we potentially do work. Got everything here. You do have a lot of low lines here, cable lines, most likely. So just be real careful when you're cutting all this out that we're not jacking that up. We didn't talk about this that much, but maybe try to get these branches off this shed a little bit. You know, kind of go bonkers, but definitely trim some of it back. This stuff that's hanging low, maybe cut back. There is a tree in there. I said we'll cut all this growth below. We're not going to cut the tree, obviously. And then everything in here, she doesn't want anything to stay, so just string trim it, brush cut it, hack it all out. Again, just be careful. We don't bust out her siding. I know it's going to be a challenge, but you know, we got some stuff on the house here, cutting all this out, and then same thing here, just hack a shack. Nothing, doesn't want anything to stay, so cut everything to the fence line. Tough part is that the backyard access is just small. It's just this little gate. You can back right into the driveway, but it is a small gate here. That's it for the back. And then the other line option will be for the front. So just cut and clean out all the growth here. And then all the growth in the front here, cut it all out, clear it all out. There is hostas in here. She said you can keep, you can salvage them. I mean, if you cut some out, all good, they'll come back, I'm sure. But if you can try to salvage the couple hostas in here, do so. You'll see them, but I wouldn't go bonkers about it. But yeah, pretty much cutting all that out. And then this whole area, nothing staying here. Cut everything out here, all the way down. Cut all this out. This is the neighbor. Cut all this, and then all this growth right here. So cutting all that, and that's it.